This is Cloud 9 from Rise Up with Dragon listener Coleen Fransiscus. Big props to you, Coleen, in case I forget to say this, for submitting this, but also for obviously practicing a lot of the stuff that we talk about here, and she's completely leveling up. So big props too. So this is Cloud 9 by Coleen Fransiscus. Love the idea. When life feels good and we are moving forward and all things are falling into place, there is safety. And I think everybody knows what that, means. So it's precisely then, ironically, right? We always talk about how God has mysteriously put everything on the other side of a pile of shit. So she says, so when we're in that safe place, it's precisely then that something will show up that has the ability. I love that you said has the ability. Most people would have said something shows up that knocks us out of place, but she says has the ability, meaning she's not sure if she's going to let it happen yet, has the ability to completely knock you back down. Very big insight there, Coleen. So picture hours of working on a tedious Lego project. I love how she's having fun with this now. She's picturing it. You open the last bag of pieces and you get to the right page in the book. You can sense the finished project, right? This is what she's talking about. Safe, happy, gonna happen. And out of nowhere, your cat tears around the corner and slams into your structure. My wife Chicken is probably laughing right now because that is very, very common in our house, that our cats just fuck everything up. And we go, oh. So there she goes, right? So in slow motion, you watch pieces go flying everywhere. In those micro moments, and then she has in hyphen or in brackets, she says slow motion. I love that, Coleen. That's a great journaling exercise, is to be very, very descriptive. So she says, in those micro moments in slow motion of realization that you begin to formulate either your reaction or response. So she's throwing the interface response system in here, right? So she's in the space between. Very, very good. The make sense zone. Here it is. This is why inner emotional work is so important, as it allows us to develop a space between stimulus and response. By the way, Viktor Frankl's book, just about his extraordinary, experience in Auschwitz, that's where that comes from, the space between stimulus and response. So the farther along we go, the blow will have a lower impact. How cool is that? It's like that concept of the wave dissipating, right? It builds up, and then if you wait, and you do the work, it will eventually just dissipate up onto the shores. So she says the farther along we go with this work, this practice, the lower the impact that it will have. So it will continue to show up, recognizing that you can't avoid the shit. It's going to show up. It will continue to show up because we are not guaranteed to have a stimulus-proof life. Beautiful. Practicing how we respond makes all the difference. It's actually all we control, right? When we can understand that this is how life is, beautiful. This is how life is. This is not a misfortune. It's the way things are. This is how life is designed, and abandon the notion that this is a personal attack or that it shouldn't be happening. That's when the magic happens. There you go. Keep this up. I experienced this scenario this morning, she says. This weekend was a tremendous high for me. I had serious realizations about where I've been and where I'm going and how I am here amidst circumstances that are less than desirable. Isn't that cool? Consciousness, raised consciousness. I use the skills that I've picked up over the last several months. She's doing the work. She's not just listening to this podcast. She's doing the work, and connected with my inner child over a trigger that came up. There's an identification that can only happen in the make sense zone when you're conscious that you're in that zone. And she was able to tap into her inner child. And a trigger that came up, which left her feeling completely in touch with herself. Cloud 9. There it is, Cloud 9. In an instant this morning, every single positive thought dissolved, and I was left standing in a figurative puddle. Beautiful. A figurative puddle. I knew because of the work that I've done, that the puddle was not my reality. Oh, control. Beautiful, beautiful control. I had a choice to make a micro moment, or had a choice to make in a micro moment. I could stomp around in the puddle. It's a choice, right? I could stomp around in the puddle, maybe even sit down in it for a while, and maybe even suck your thumb while you're sitting down. Instead, because it was a choice, and in that pause, she was able to choose which direction supports what she wants. Instead, I chose to reframe the thoughts that were streaming into my thoughts and replace them. Interesting. Reframe the thoughts that were streaming into my thoughts and replace them with what I know to be true, and to feel my breath and remind myself that I am safe. She put herself back in the safe place, right? The ultimate advanced version of the interface response system is when things get unsafe, but you look at them as safe and you know that you can make them as safe as you want. I chose to ask for what I want specifically and be direct in speaking my mind. It's the best way to develop authenticity. Responding to life circumstances from a place of safety is the ultimate goal. Thanks, Colleen. Make sense, everybody? Well, I'll see you on Monday at 8 a.m. Beautiful journal entry, Colleen. Really, really nice. I love the concept of Cloud9, and I love the work that you're doing. Big props, everybody. You know, you can chat. She'll look at this. She's probably watching either on Instagram or Facebook. But give Colleen some props. And if you guys got an insight, this is really a really kind thing to do to somebody that does a journal entry. And I want you guys to send me yours as well. Tell Colleen if you got something from that and what it was, because that will help her feel her significance in her identity, right? So love and appreciate you all. I'll see you Monday morning. Love you, my chicken. See you soon. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see the little one as well. And just excited about everything that's going on. So, you know, go check out our sponsors. Check out the podcast, Rise Up with Dragon. Go to the website, riseupwithdragon.com. Get on our newsletter. If you're not already in our Rise Up with Dragon Facebook community, come join us there. And I love and appreciate you. Have an amazing day.